A deep sleep state, nothing but black, darkness, before slowly, coming to Psife, would later wake up, slowly, dazed, drowsy. She would finally come to before seeing a blurry vision before her. Security guards running to a room screaming, "This way! In here!" Psife's arms moving on their own, her whole body doing its own thing, as she watches everyone around her murdered before her very eyes. Once again, the guards getting choked by her powers, some heads being ripped off entirely, bodies being twisted hard, her blurred vision making it hard to make out what's happening exactly, just blurs of bodies being torn to pieces, and the loud cackles from her own mouth as blood flies everywhere, covering the walls, her hands rising and falling as they play a symphony of death and destruction to everything around her. Screams of people running, yelling, "Run! Run! It's a monster! A ghost! Something's happening! Call someone! Run!" All Psife can hear screams and her own breathing before finally shaking off the effects of the drugs as her body is moving on its own. Her drowsy feeling wears off, and she wakes up fully, thinking to herself, "Oh God, no." She immediately uses her powers to once again conceal eclipse, and it's one hell of a struggle this time. Mostly because of the drugs in her body. It's making it hard to focus. Her body, her mind, everything's too far relaxed, but she manages to pull it off. She contains Eclipse back into her eye once more, holding her eye so Eclipse can't see a thing. She grabs a part of her gown and rips it off, tying it around her head, forming an eye patch. She looks around at the sight, alarms going off, people screaming, blood everywhere. This place was a slaughterhouse. Bodies are lining the entire hall. Eclipse had went mad. It's nothing but bodies, bodies, and more bodies. But Psife notices one small detail, albeit minor. She notices she's on the same floor as her surgery, and the room is but a few feet away. Now that she's fully awake, she realizes she didn't get too far from the room, meaning her parents must be nearby, right? And maybe, just maybe, she wasn't out for too long and Eclipse didn't manage to do a terrible amount of damage. Yes, this was bad, but she knew it could have been a lot worse than this. She runs by, looking for her parents through the hell, and peeks inside the room next door. A blood trail leads in there. She walks in and finds her parents, cowering in fear. The father yelling, "Get back! Get back!" Psife replying, "It's okay, it's me again. I'm back, I swear, it's me." The father looks at her, "Is that really you? Prove it, now." Psife replies, "You threatened to kick me the fuck out for my horrible, irresponsible ways that got us into this mess in the first place." The dad stands there and looks to his wife. Yeah, that's her, she's back. He walks over to her and grabs her. "We have to go, now. Is that thing put away now? Do you have her under control?" Psife nods. The dad replies, "Okay, we gotta go. We'll deal with this later, come on." He grabs his wife and leads them to the doorway, but stops and grabs a sheet and throws it over Psife's head. "Here, don't take this off." Psife replies, "I already have her under control." The dad replies, "It's not for her. It's to hide your face. Now come on, just stick close to me." The father then guides his daughter and wife out of the hospital and to their car, shoving his daughter in as gently as he can, the mother rushing into the passenger seat, and the father then burning rubber out of the hospital parking lot, rushing home. Later on, Psife sitting on the couch, holding her head in her hands, the father walking in from the front door, throwing his license plate on the ground, and walking around, pacing, grabbing his phone. The wife looks at him. "What are you doing?" The father replies, "Solving our problems right now." The wife replies, "Yeah, and how's that?" "Why don't you tell us, John? How about enough keeping secrets and communicate like you're supposed to?" John gets fed up and yells back, "Why don't you just trust me?" And then calms down and regains his composure, but then looks to Psife and says, "You, I have one thing to ask you in all of this. Why is it you have a fucking phantom in your eye possessing it? Is this some strange kink? Some fetish? Why didn't you push her out? Psife replies, shouting, because if I push her out, she might go to you or Mom, and if that happens, if anyone else gets possessed, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I keep her, contained, in my eye, the one place she started at to begin with. And it's somewhat easily contained that way. At least to me. My logic is simple. I keep her there. She can't get to anyone else as long as I'm awake. Reason I didn't want to do this surgery anyways. The father replies, angry. This surgery would have saved our lives. If she's contained in your fucking eye, she can be sent somewhere else away from us. Psife shouts back, that's not how this works. She can just possess something else the minute I lose control over that area. It's not like you can just bottle her up and be gone with her. She is a fucking spirit. As long as I contain her, she can't leave. So I contain her in my eye. Best thing I got. It's not perfect, but it's working some at least. The father replies, shouting, then what the fuck do you do with a goddamn spirit then? Can't you Jesut put her back through whatever the hell she came from? That wretched thing just killed over 20 people in a fucking hospital. You have to get rid of her, and now. Psife shouts back, if I could I would, but I have no clue how to even do that. It was a fucking portal she came through. I'm as clueless as you are. I'm just using what I know to contain her. I haven't had the goddamn chance to research this to send her the fuck back. I wasn't even taught how to open the portal. I was just there. The father shouts in reply. With who? Who were you with? Psife pauses, not sure if she wants that much out. The father replies again, sternly. With who? Who were you with? Psife replies nervously. A cult. The mother looks at Psife and replies furious. A cult. You were in a cult. John replies to his wife. Do you see? Do you see it now? I told you. I told you. This would happen. You and your goddamn bullshit with that witch shit you've been doing all your life, and now our fucking child is in it. The mother replies, don't you fucking blame this on me. I blessed our child with a bright future. This has nothing to do with that blessing. The father looks to her angry. Like mother, like daughter, huh? You were in a fucking cult, right? Those goddamn witches. Fuck, you were in a fucking cult, fucking around in there, and now your daughter? Yeah, following the same fucking path? You swore to me that little blessing? Yeah? That thing you did? Little ritual bullshit you called a fucking blessing would bring us good luck. Would bring her good luck. Yeah, a lot of luck. That brought us. Now she's in a fucking cult just like her goddamn fucking mother. And now she's got a fucking ghost or some shit possessing her fucking eye and taking control of her to kill people and shit. You told me already when she was born it was fine. She had purple hair shit happening. It was her nature, you said. It was part of your ways, you said. It was natural, you said. I allowed it, but this is too goddamn much. The mother replies, pissed off. You don't take that tone with me. You agreed to this when you got me pregnant the night you met me. And that blessing to her was and still is a witch's blessing. I left the cult for my family, but you're stating to make me fucking regret that. After all these years, I put up with some shit from you, but this is pushing it. Psife replies, shocked. Wait, Mom, you're a witch? The parents look at her and yell, not now! Psife replies, shrugging, saying, I don't know. That's kind of something you explain on a first-day basis like, hey, daughter, welcome to the world. Oh, by the way, I conjure the dead. The father yells, okay, stop, enough. We're getting this solved right now. The mother replies, oh, is that so, big man? And how is that? She's being looked for as we speak. What do you suggest? The father replies, I call in some favors with very powerful men I know. That's what. Psife replies, or I could erase my past entirely and vanish like a ghost. The two look at her confused. The father replies, what? Psife replies, shrugging. Yeah, I could do a few things. Erase some files, literally disappear off the face of the planet. I can remove all files of myself from the system and just, poof, vanish. The parents look at her almost confused. Psife replies, computer science and technology genius? Remember? You grounded me for doing shit like that before 'cause it looked bad for you? I'm pretty good at it.